Hi everyone, I'm Daphney and I own a company called Fern Connections. Today, I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about choosing the wrong people and the ultimatum, right? And I know most of y'all, if y'all haven't, I'm sure some of y'all, let me just say that, have watched the queer version, right? The season 2. And I just finished watching that last week. So I want to talk about that, but I also want to talk about the people on the show, right? And how choosing the wrong people could mess you up, honey. Let me just say this. So I want to start with the one who's called Ashley and her partner, and I can't remember her name. I think it's something like Marita or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, I knew when they first started talking about this couple that they were not right for each other. It doesn't take rocket science to know that these two people did not go together. One seemed a little bit more subdued and conservative, and the other one just wanted to be taken care of. It's like, I want to be special. Honey, you need to be special for yourself. You don't need someone else to treat you special. I can't, be in a relationship and you can't do all these things. And that was the beginning of the red flags. It's like, I need you to do this. I need you to do this. I need you to treat me this way and that way. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't be treated a certain way in relationships, because y'all know I'm all about someone treating you, the way you want to be treated, and loving and accepting you for who you are, honey. But all this, you need to bring me flowers. You need to do all this. You need to do all this. It was too much. It was even too much for me, right? And so I knew from the get-go that they were the wrong people for each other. They did not go together at all, right? And let me just say this. It's a weird situation, right? Now, the one that was Marie, and I really like Marie, let me tell y'all. I like Marie, and I felt really bad really bad for her, because of the fact that she was definitely with the wrong person, right? She was, again, trying to fit into this other person's world, and this person, didn't want a lot of the things that she wanted. And y'all know I talk about how you have to be compatible in your lifestyles. And these folks were not compatible at all. They were like day and night. She wanted this, she wanted that. And then on top of it, they had intertwined their lives in a way that I don't think was healthy for them, right? And when they started to unravel and started to have to pull that apart, it became really scary for Marie, right? Because she was working with this person. She was involved in their business, right? Her whole day in life was pretty much around this person who didn't really care that much about her, and that's my opinion, right? She didn't really care that much about Marie and the things that Marie wanted in life, right? They were just not a good fit for each other. And let me just say this, because I say this all the time. Just because you start with someone doesn't mean you need to finish with someone. And it doesn't mean that you need to stay in these relationships that aren't working, which is one of the reasons why they were on the show, right? Because it wasn't working, but they were the wrong people for each other, right? I could see that from the get, but not everybody can see that when you're in it, right? It's hard to see what's really happening, because you're involved in the day-to-day, and it just seems normal, this is who we are, this is what we do. But a lot of that, sometimes is not healthy for us, right? So those two couples for me were truly red flags from the beginning. Now, y'all are going to be upset with me about this, but I'm going to have to say it anyway. Whew, I don't think AJ and Brittany are a good couple. I don't. I think that Brittany is a wonderful person and she's looking for some things, but I don't think that AJ is equally yoked with her, right? And I don't think AJ is ambitious enough for Brittany. And I think that, AJ is smooth, honey. She knows all the things to say. She knows the things to do, right? But I don't think they're a good couple either. Let me just take this back for a minute, because I said, let's talk about the wrong people. And then let's talk about the ultimatum, right? Now, in my personal opinion, and then somewhat in my professional opinion, I'll just put that out there. I don't think any of these couples were good for each other, right? I felt like the couple, I can't remember her name, Kyle. Yes, Kyle. Kyle and Bridget. Even they, to me, seem like a stretch, honey. A big stretch. I don't know how long it's going to last, but it was a huge stretch for me, right? It just seems like, I don't know. They just didn't seem like they go together either. And let's just talk about the last couple, right? The last couple, and I think it was Haley and somebody, right? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I felt really bad for Haley's partner, and I don't know why she put up with her. And if it was me, I would have been like, gone. I'm gonna tell y'all. I mean, there's just some things that you can't justify, right? And to me, when someone says, you know, I've fallen in love with someone else, it's one thing to have sex with somebody else. I mean, that's a different thing. But when I'm like emotionally involved and attached to someone else, where I can tell you that I've, you know, fallen in love with someone else, I'm in love with someone else, that is a huge, like, red flag to me. And I don't even know why this person, I think her name was Pilar, I don't know why she took her back, right? But I wouldn't have taken her back. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have stayed with her. And I definitely wouldn't have been trying to like make a future with her, right? But I'm just saying this to say that, you know, I know this show is about ultimatums, and I know people they supposedly come on here because they have problems, right? But as I watch the show and then I watch the reunion and all the stuff like everybody else, right? I started thinking about all these couples, and I haven't forgot about Megan, because Megan, honey, Megan is the one not to trust. Let me tell you, like, you talk about a two-faced, a backstabbing, lying, and whatever. Megan is that person, right? It's like, one minute I'm cool over here making demands and telling you what you can't do, because if you do this, I'm not gonna do this, you know? And then I'm over here like doing the same damn thing that I told you not to do and that I wouldn't trust you about. And then I come back with you and then I lie about all of it, honey. All of it, right? So I say this to say, like I said before, like I started, that none of these couples worked for me. They were all with the wrong people. And if they're still together, they're still with the wrong dang people. Let me just tell you. So let me say this, that I think it's really, really important that people understand that just because you start with someone doesn't mean you have to continue with them. I mean, and all the drama and all the unnecessariness, right? That's not what love is about. That's not what acceptance is about. So I really just want to say this, because I think it's really important that, you know, when you're looking for your person, make sure that that person feels peaceful to you. Make sure that they feel like home. And I'm not talking about a chaotic home. I'm talking about a peaceful, kind, easygoing, loving, caring home, right? That you can come to every day and feel good about it, right? And none of this was happening with these folks. I mean, and I understand that's the, you know, the premise of the show, right? I get it. But at the same time, you know, just, you know, hearing them, you know, some of them still being together, and I don't know if they're still together today. They may be, they may not. I don't know. But I know that I was like, oh my God, none of these people should be together. I couldn't, you know, I wouldn't, you know, match them, you know, with each other if it was me doing the matching, right? None of them went together. And so let me just say this so that I can end this video, that, you know, when you're choosing your person, right, make sure they're peaceful. Make sure that they have the qualities that you're looking for. Make sure that y'all go together. And just because someone is pretty, just because they're smart or whatever they are, creative, honey, doesn't mean they're your person. And just because you started with them doesn't mean you need to end with them, which is kind of the sad thing about this show to me, is that people just stuck together to be sticking together, right? When they really should have just let it go. And just like Ashley and Marita, I mean, I think that's what her name, they let it go. And that's how it should be. You know when to walk away, know who to choose, and, you know, because not everybody is your person.